It's the pleb, ladies and gentlemen. Your most absurd and favorite political YouTuber. In this video, we're going to talk about digital ID. Pierre Poilievre coming out and saying no to digital ID. But first, as YouTube's #1 cricket salesman, eat your bugs, okay? Eat your bugs. Because Pierre hasn't saved Canada yet, okay? Canada's airports are broken. The country is broken. We're about to eat bugs. We're about to live in pods. We're about to own nothing and be happy. But thankfully, we have someone like Pierre Poilievre who can finally defeat Justin Trudeau. It's time. It's time for Trudeau to go. I don't want digital ID. I don't want vaccination ID. I want freedom. Thank you, Pierre Poilievre. Let's get on with the video. So in this video, we're going to talk about Pierre Poilievre coming out, having a massive rally in Windsor. Massive rally. I've got the footage. I put it out on Twitter. For those who don't follow me, @TruckDriverPleb on Twitter, follow me on there. It's where I do most of my almost all of my posting. It's where I get all my information for these videos. But Pierre came out and had a massive rally, and the left just melted down. Liberal tears everywhere, just crying, because Pierre Poilievre is pulling another massive crowd. Massive crowd. The haters will say, oh, he'll never be prime minister. Okay, look at these crowds. Does that look like the crowd of someone who has no chance of being prime minister? Do you think Justin Trudeau could pull a crowd like that anymore? I don't think so. I'm excited. But what really makes me excited, and the reason I made this video, is because when he was out at his rallies, he came out and said something huge. He said no to digital ID. If you guys, here's the words himself, okay? Well, I'll explain digital ID a little bit more later in the video, but this is what he had to say at one of his rallies.
To answer your question, I will never allow the government to impose a digital ID.
Huh? Say that again, Pierre.
Never allow the government to impose a digital ID.
Let's go. Look at the ovation. People are standing up. So if you guys don't know what a digital ID is, digital ID will be your digital identification that has all types of information tied to you. Look into it. This is what they have in China. Okay, they face scan everywhere. They track every one of your movements. Everything is tied to your digital ID. They even have a social credit score that is tied to you in China, which will certainly be tied to the digital ID. So Pierre Poilievre came out and said no. He said no. So here is actually what the digital ID looks like. I got a document off of Twitter. You guys tell me if this looks real or not. It's a Health Canada document with internal usage only. We'll go over it here. Let me know what you guys think. This is what they want to add, but this is the information they want in your digital ID. So tell me if does this look psychotic or not? The top is pretty standard. Sex, ethnicity, birth month, birth year, weight, eye color, hair color, blah, blah, blah. Next is marital status, driver's license, organ donor, religion, all pretty standard. Next thing, political registration. Wait, so if I'm a conservative, it's going to be tied to my ID. Okay. That's weird. Citizenship status. Now we get to the second line. Look where it gets interesting here. COVID-19 vaccine status. COVID-19 booster status, tetanus vaccine status, MMR vaccine status, polio vaccine status. They want all your statuses. Flu vaccine status, herpes status, HIV status. What? They want to know every aspect of you, everything about you. The government wants that information. Is that crazy? Suicide attempts, previous vaccine refusal will be on your digital ID. Are you kidding me? What? Known allergies. What? Let's go back to that vaccine refusal. Why is my refusal of taking a vaccine going to be on the digital ID? Wouldn't the other vaccines just say false that I didn't take it? Why do you have to put a vaccine refusal? Is that just another red flag for you guys to shit on the anti-vaxxers, so to speak? Gender identity, cis. Known allergies seems standard. But gender identity, why does it say what is the gender? You know, male or female? Sexual orientation, straight. Smoker, previously institutionalized. Now we get down to the crime aspects here of the digital ID. Criminal convictions, DUIs, no fly list, sex offender registry, firearm prohibition, warrants, violent offender. That all seems pretty standard, but the next one, access to fertilizer. Some of you guys will know what that means, but yeah, look up Timothy McVeigh. Yeah. I guess they want to know if you're around fertilizer. That's kind of wild. Pre-crime index. What is that? Like your crime score? I don't get that. They also want to have a finance aspect to the digital ID where they're going to have your credit score, how many credit accounts you have, how much money you owe. Man, number of bankruptcies, pending civil litigation, community service hours, your income and your previous year's income. What? Does that not sound crazy? Why does the government want every aspect of why do they want to control every aspect of our lives? These people are nuts. Man, does that look crazy to you guys, man? Just look at that again. Like, man. Like, all your vaccine status is there, but the one that's crazy, the vaccine refusal, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Look at the world we're heading into. It's kind of sad. Thank God there's people who went to Ottawa last winter to fight against this madness. Anyways, a lot of people will come out on PPC Bros. A lot of people come out on Twitter, say Pierre is World Economic Forum. We can't trust him. Well, this is Pierre before he won the leadership race, and this is what he had to say, okay, about his ties if he's in the WEF. According to the PPC supporters, he is them, but this is what Pierre had to say to journalist Andrew Lawton.
I've had people that have said that you yourself are connected to the World Economic Forum, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to address this head on, because I'm sure you've seen it as well. Is there a connection there? Have you ever spoken at a World Economic Forum event?
No, I have not. No, I've never been to Davos. I've never been part of the organization, and I don't agree with its publicly stated policy objectives. My policy. Yeah,
I don't agree with their policy objectives either. The enslavement of humanity. No, thank you. I think that's a pretty easy no.
These are different. I obviously support small government, more freedom, and individual independence. So I just have a fundamental disagreement with the organization's policy outlook. And that is something that you can look at my track record. I've said that on the floor of the House of Commons. I said it in parliamentary committees. I've said it in comments that I've made online for years. So anybody who wants to know my position on that subject can simply check it out and look up what I've actually said, because I've been deadly consistent on that issue.
Huh. Pierre Poilievre saying his ministers are not allowed at the World Economic Forum. I will tell you guys this, the World Economic Forum just passed. Do you know who didn't go to the World Economic Forum in Davos this year? Pierre Poilievre. You know who did not go to the World Economic Forum this year? Pierre Poilievre's cabinet. Pierre Poilievre is keeping these anti-WEF promises, and I appreciate it. But him coming out against digital ID is just amazing. Look at the information they want for your digital ID. You know, do you really want the government having that information? I appreciate Pierre coming out and standing up. And I appreciate Pierre because he's the only man who could beat Justin Trudeau. Let's be real. There's no one else in this country who could defeat Justin Trudeau. And look at the crowds he's pulling. Making me bullish. Another clip here from Pierre during the summer. Look at this. We'll watch this together. This is the last clip here.
Unlike Maxime Bernier, I've never been to the Davos conference that the World Economic Forum puts on.
It's funny how all the PPC guys are like, Max is Pierre is WEF, he's a globalist. Hey man, your leader went to Davos. Pierre's never been to Davos. Your leaders actually went to Davos, so Pierre ain't been to Davos.
And he'll have to explain why he went there and what he was doing there, but I did not go to that, and I would not go to it, nor will any of my ministers.
So you see what he just said there in the video? He said, nor will any of my ministers. Pierre kept that promise. World Economic Forum, you guys saw the videos of Pfizer boss and Ezra Levant. That was only like a couple of weeks ago. None of his ministers went. So Pierre is keeping his promises. of being anti-globalist, anti-WEF, and I appreciate it. And to all you people who are getting in the way of getting rid of Justin Trudeau, a big you know what to you. You know, this guy is the guy that's going to beat Justin Trudeau. He's the only guy. Do you guys hate Justin Trudeau? I do. I hate him for what he did to the truckers. I hate him for smearing the truckers as evil, as racist, as misogynist, as extremist. I really can't forgive him for that. And that is the mission of my channel, is to make sure Justin Trudeau's got to go. He's got to go. Anyways, are you guys excited that Pierre Poilievre came out against digital ID? Does that reassure you with Pierre? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys trust Pierre? Do you support Pierre? Or, you know, why? Or let me ask you another question. If you don't support Pierre, in the comments, let me know why you don't support Pierre. All I know is Pierre said no to digital ID, no to these psychopathic policies that the government wants us to live under. No, we actually have someone fighting for us. And I thank you, Pierre Poilievre. I truly do. Thank you for standing up for people like me. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, turn on notifications, because, you know, they want to censor someone like the pleb with Bill C-11. So make sure to turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you at the next video.
To answer your question, I will never allow the government to impose a digital ID.